Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Let's Learn with Lizzy. So today we are going to focus on a very important topic in English grammar, that is subject-verb agreement. Before getting into the class, let's focus on the objectives of today's session. That is, the students should be able to know the basic rules of subject-verb agreement. Next, the student should be able to answer items on subject-verb agreement. Finally, the student should be able to apply correct and proper use of subject-verb agreement. So the basic rule of subject-verb agreement is both the subject and the verb must agree in number and in person. For that, if your subject is singular, make sure that your verb is also singular. The one thing that you need to remember here is when you are adding s and es to a noun, it becomes plural. But if you're adding s or es to a verb, it becomes singular. I know, it's weird, right? Let me give you one example. The boy plays basketball. Here, the boy is a singular subject and my verb will also be in singular. Here, both of them agree in number. And now I'm going to give you the same example with a slight change. That is, the boys play basketball. Here, the boys is in plural form and my verb is also in plural form. Why? Because if the subject is plural, my verb should also be in plural form. Let's give it a try in exercise. Mom cooks breakfast at 7. Mom is a singular subject, so I need a singular verb cooks. James is a proper noun which will never have a plural form, so it is a singular subject where I need a singular verb brings lunch to school. Rosa and Matt, here I'm having two subjects which makes it plural. So I need a plural verb. Rosa and Matt clean the classroom every Tuesday. The parents always agrees or agree with the teacher. Parents, both the parents, so plural form of subject, I need a plural verb that is agree. The children plays or play in the playground. The children, plural form of subject, so I need a plural verb play. Now let's focus on the rule number 1 in subject-verb agreement. Do not let the phrase between the subject and the verb trick you because the subject is what agree with, not a noun or a pronoun in the phrase. So here, one of the gifts is open. In this sentence, one is my subject, not gifts. Since one is the subject in the single form, so I will use is as my verb. Let's focus on the exercise. The students as well as the parents plans or plan for the party. Here, the students as well as the parents. Both the subject are in the plural form. I'm going to use a plural verb that is plan. The student who competed in the competition honor or honors her mother. Here, student is my singular subject, so I will be using singular verb honors. The goal of the girls is or are to collect funds for the victims of the typhoon. If you would choose the girls, then it is wrong. Actually, the goal is the subject which is in singular form and I need a singular verb is the goal of the girls is to collect funds for the victims of the typhoon. Let's move on to rule number 2. If one subject is singular and the other subject is plural and they are connected by the words or, nor, neither nor, either or, and not only but also use the subject that is closest to the verb. For example, either the leader or the member is agree. Here I'm having leader, which is a singular subject, or the members, which is a plural subject. Well, I will be choosing the members because it is closest to my verb agree. Since members is the closest subject in the verb agree, the verb follows the subject members. Let's give it a try in the exercise. Either the cats or the dog eats or eat food in the morning. Cats is my plural subject. The dog is my singular subject. I will be choosing the dog because it is closest to my verb. Since it is singular, I will be using a singular verb. The dog eats food in the morning. Neither the mother nor the children know or knows the way to the mall. The closest subject to the verb is children, which is in plural form. So I will be choosing a plural verb, which is know. Not only the principal, but also the teachers submit or submits the files every weekend. Here I'm having two subjects and teachers is closer to the verb, which is a plural form of subject. So I will be choosing a plural verb, that is submit the files every weekend. Sean or Richard has brought or have brought home the cat. Here, the closest subject to the verb is Richard, which is in singular form. So the answer is has brought. I hope this concept is very clear to you. Let's move on to rule number 3. If a sentence starts with there or here, the subject will always come after the verb. For example, there are children outside. So here, children is my subject. I will be using the plural form of verb because children is a plural subject. Let's focus on the exercise here. Here, is or are the male today. My subject is the male, which is in singular form. So I will be using is. Here is the male today. There is or are chocolates in the fridge. Chocolates is my plural subject. There are chocolates in the fridge. There was or were a haunted house near the road. Haunted house is a singular subject, so I need a singular verb. There was a haunted house near the road. Here is or are the answer to your question from yesterday. My subject is answer, which is a singular subject, so I need to choose the singular verb. Here is the answer to your question from yesterday. There was or were parents in the hallway a while ago. Parents is my plural subject, so I will be choosing a plural verb, that is were. There were parents in the hallway. Now let's focus on rule number 4. The indefinite pronouns each one, either, neither, everyone, everybody, anyone, nobody, somebody, someone, and no one are all singular and they all need a singular verb. For example, everyone in the room supports her. So here, everyone is the subject, which is considered to be a singular subject, and I need a singular verb. And rule number 5 is the indefinite pronouns both, few, fewer, many, others, and several are all plural and require a plural verb. Both agree to the condition. Why? Because both means what? Both the person are applicable. They both are considered to be subjects, right? That is why it is considered to be plural. Both agree to the condition is a correct statement because both the subject and the verb are agreeing in number. Let's have a small worksheet over here. Everybody likes or like apple pie. So everybody, as I already explained, it is a singular subject. So I need a singular verb, likes. Few. Few is a plural subject, as I told you just now. So I need a plural verb. Few want to be part of the organization. Someone, again, a singular subject. So I need a singular verb. Someone refills the water dispenser every day. Both is a plural subject, so I need a plural verb. Both match that color. Nobody is a singular subject, so I'll be choosing a singular verb, listens. Nobody listens to the morning announcement. I hope this concept is clear to you. Now let's move on to rule number 6. Nouns like economics, politics, measles, mathematics, dollars, and news need singular verb. For example, mathematics is a hard subject for many. Over here, mathematics is a singular subject, so I'll be using the singular verb. Rule number 7, when a noun is plural, like scissors, glasses, tweezers, shorts, trousers, shears, or binoculars, the verb must also be plural. Why? Because the scissors will have two blades, right? It's going to have two blades. That's why it is in the plural form. And the same thing for glasses also. Glasses are having two, one and two eyeglasses. So it is in the plural form. The same thing goes for the tweezers also. Shorts, trousers, pants, everything. That is why they are considered to be plural. For example, the trousers fit an average teenager. So let's have a small worksheet over here. The binoculars, of course, binoculars are in plural form, so I'm going to use a plural verb. The binoculars are dirty, so it is hard to use them. The news is a singular form, so I will be using the singular verb. The news starts at 8 in the evening. The scissors, again, it is in the plural form, so I'll be using a plural verb that is need. The scissors need shaping. Shorts, shorts, again, a plural subject, are not allowed in the building. Measles, singular subject, so I'll be using the singular word. Spreads, measles spreads quicker than expected. So if you liked this video or if it was helpful to you, like and subscribe my channel.